Justice Not Just Legal Part 16 in audio. They learned that Nikki and Jim had made a vital discovery. Molly and Alan were seen together. Nikki had tricked the kid at the gas station, or maybe Nikki found the kid's soft spot. He was fascinated with Nikki. Nikki was very friendly and seen him as a neat kid, but he was a little young for her taste. Nikki spoke as if she knew Molly and Alan. She asks how the two were doing. They also learned that Molly and Alan had gone back home. Alan had lost his wife in an auto accident, also that Alan had bought Jeb Hill's cabin. At the southeast end of town, the road dead ends. It's about 3 miles from town. It is where the trail starts that takes you to Jack Hill's resort lodge. Charlotte's gang decides to split up and Nikki and Jim take the trail to Jack's place. Charlotte, Bill and Dee starts back to the road they had passed. It was back about a mile toward Shawnee. Charlotte thinks they should check it out. On the way back to the road, Dee tells of her home in the high country. I stay deep in the high country most of the time. I built me a nice little rock house. It is mostly underground, so it is warm in the winter. I found this short mine shaft that goes back in the mountain. I built a front on it and put a door in it. It is on the south side of the mountain, so it is nice and warm some days even in the winter. Bill speaks with spark in his voice. That sounds neat. I would like to see it. Maybe we can go up there sometime. I would like that, Bill. They come to the road that leads into the thick forest. It is a very crooked and winding road. It curves around big trees and rocks. The cabin is well isolated. It cannot be seen from the road and it is well fenced. It has a gate that is locked. There are no signs, so there is no way of knowing who lives here. Charlotte speaks with delight in her voice. Let's get ourselves over the gate and check it out. This looks like it might be Alan's place. Charlotte, this is Jeb Hill's place. Jack, his brother, brought me here once. I never met Jeb. Jack said that his brother Jeb didn't take to runaways and fugitives. He said it is best to stay clear of him. The kid at the station said Jeb sold it. Evidently Jeb Hill has sold it to Alan. It could be. Jack does not tell people things they don't need to know. Sneaky is the first one over the gate. Dee is amazed at the sight. Sneaky crouches, then jumps, clearing the 5-foot gate. Sneaky has her nose to the ground, checking out everything. It seems that no one is home. Charlotte climbs into the corral and pets and talks to the burro. She loves animals. She is starting to realize she has lived life so fast that she has not taken time to enjoy it, as she would like to. She makes up her mind right then she will one day have some horses and some burros. Trail bikes were okay, but it would be nice to have a horse. It would be another friend like Sneaky is. Sneaky finds a well-used trail. It leads southeast and Sneaky wants to take it, so Charlotte follows her. Charlotte leaves Bill and Dee to themselves. They have a special bond. It is not like Bill and Susie's relationship. Bill and Susie's relationship is like trying to mix oil with water. It should make Charlotte a bit jealous. After all, she had thoughts of marrying Bill someday maybe. However, she finds that she is not jealous. She is very happy for Bill. Dee has a very sweet way about her. She is cute and she loves the things Bill loves. Dee is very submissive and gentle. She does not have the slightest air of dominance as Susie has. Sneaky and Charlotte go ahead. She lets Bill and Dee linger. A short way down the trail, Bill stops and he retrieves his handgun from his pack and straps it on his side. He has his compound bow and he is an expert, but he may needs the handgun for emergency. Charlotte has not gone far when Sneaky finds a small hole in an odd rock formation. She sniffs all around it and then slips into the hole, and she comes out with 2 little girls' worn out anklets in her mouth. She brings them to Charlotte. It gives Charlotte a sad feeling. No doubt they were little Cynthia's anklets. Why would she take them off in there? Then Charlotte wonders if she lives in there. Charlotte slips her pack off and gets her flashlight to look inside the hole, and she finds that it is a good size hole in the back. A little girl may be able to stand up in it. She would need to be very small to squeeze into that little hole. It was very difficult for Sneaky to get through it. Charlotte puts the little anklets in her pack and she gets on her way before Dee and Bill catch up to her. She doesn't want to bother them with it. They are two happy kids, they are enjoying each other as much as the Rockies. Charlotte follows Sneaky up the mountain. It is flat on top and it has an excellent view all around. There is a nice big rock, it is a nice size. Charlotte sets the little tripod on it so she can lean against the rock and look at the wilderness through her binoculars. TJ had given Charlotte some good photos of little Cynthia and Kyle. She had a vivid view in her mind of both of them. Cynthia is a cute little thing and Kyle gives Charlotte a strange feeling inside. He looks kind and caring and he looks Irish like Charlotte. His hair is dark brown and he looks handsome to her. Some may not think so, but she certainly thinks Kyle is handsome. Charlotte had studied the pictures on her way to Shawnee. Both little Cynthia and Kyle felt like a part of her and she could not understand it. She felt very close to them and she had not even met them or talked to them. After some looking she comes to a little clearing and a great feeling of happiness surges through her. It is Kyle and Cynthia. They both are stretched out on a blanket. Charlotte is in shock at first, then tears come to Charlotte's eyes. They were truly alive and happy. Kyle is lying on his back, his eyes are closed. He lies very still, no doubt he is asleep. Little Cynthia close beside him is looking into the sky. Perhaps she is watching the few scattered clouds adrift in the sky as they change shape. Charlotte tenses with fear when she spots a big wolf. It comes out of the forest and looks at Cynthia and Kyle. The wolf quickly ducked back in the forest out of sight. Kyle had still not moved and little Cynthia sits up. She looks around in different directions, then she looks straight at Charlotte. Then little Cynthia lies back down next to Kyle, and kisses him. Kyle takes her in his arms for an instant, then they quickly gather their gear and they are off into the forest. Charlotte has questions in her mind. Had little Cynthia sensed someone watching her? Had she spotted Charlotte on the rock? Perhaps it was the reflection of the lens. It may have been the wolf she sensed at first. Little Cynthia and Kyle have a very close bond and Charlotte enjoys them as though she herself was with Kyle. Her dream comes to mind when she awoke lying on Bill. She dreamed she loved Kyle and it was a great feeling. She loves Bill very much too. Bill is a very close friend. He is just as close as Nikki is, or maybe he is even closer. Charlotte would be happy married to Bill, but Dee really needs him. Charlotte put her binoculars and tripod away. Dee and Bill have been sitting on two rocks about 6 feet apart. They face each other. Bill enjoys Dee's sweet expressions as she talks. She has her own little shy ways. Everything about Dee charms Bill. Dee tells Bill all about her parents and she tells him why she left home. She does not think of it as running away, as her parents never missed her with their drugs and partying. She did not exist. It was perhaps a month before they knew she was gone. "May I call you Annie? I like that better than Dee." Dee gives Bill the sweetest little bashful smile. "I would like anything you would call me, Bill. I have been afraid of being sent back home. If I had of had friends like you and Charlotte, I would have never left home. I will do anything that you think I should, Bill. I don't mean I want you to be my boyfriend. You must have a girl back home. I just want you as a friend. It would be too much to expect of you to be my boyfriend. You are like Charlotte. It is like you love each other enough to marry. I am shocked that you are not her boyfriend. You two are so much alike." "Annie, Susie is a girl back home that I have been going steady with for over a year and I had planned to marry her until I met Charlotte. Charlotte has helped me in many ways, Susie, and I have a pitiful relationship. If you knew Susie you would understand. She and I are like trying to mix oil with water. I love her and want her to be happy, but she cannot be happy with me. I never want to give up the bond I have with Charlotte. It does not matter who I marry. This bond I have with Charlotte gives Susie great pain. She is so jealous, she is miserable. I love Charlotte very much, but we have no plans for marrying. Marriage is a small part of a good relationship anyway. Susie is not like you. She does not have that meek and kind spirit that you have. She has a ruling, dominant spirit. She wants to possess me and she has no love of nature. She has no value for the thing in which you and I love. She would be so embarrassed dressed like you, she would think it a disgrace, and I think you are cute. I like you dressed as you are, I would be honored with you by my side in any society. Clothes do not make a lady beautiful, it is their spirit that has the beauty. Anyway, Susie has a boy that she is sweet on now. Annie has a pleasant smile, she speaks with a soft voice. You are like Kyle, he does not like girls that dressed like he had to dress to be princess. Annie, I will always be your friend, perhaps someday maybe more, but my life is sort of in limbo. I am unaware of my destination and future now. Annie feels very close to Bill. She enjoys every word that Bill speaks. She loves Bill in every way. You will never be lonely again, I will always be there for you. Come back home with me and go to school with me. My father is in charge of a great school and I am enrolled in it. You will love it. You will have many good friends and they are like Charlotte and me. We will work things out with your parents. You will not be alone in dealing with them. I will be there and I will deal with them. My father is the best lawyer in the world. He has always wanted me to be a lawyer. I thought I would not like being a lawyer, but now, I have been reconsidering it. I may end up being a lawyer, but I will never give up the wilderness. I will have it too. Annie feels strange. She wonders what Bill is thinking. Are you saying that you would like to be my boyfriend? I am your sincere friend and I am a boy. I would think that would make me your boyfriend. I feel very close to you. It is as I do with Charlotte. I don't really understand it yet. Bill, would you mind if I gave you a hug? Annie, you could not appreciate that any more than I would. Bill finds himself engulfed by Annie's arms. He is being loved as never before. No girl has loved him like this, except for Charlotte's love. The only difference is that it is as if Annie's love is with a serious need. Charlotte does not need him, or does she? He does not really know. Charlotte gives him strength to live life more meaningful, and Charlotte seems much younger than Bill at times, but she is more like an older sister sometimes. She is even like a mother sometimes. We should gather up our gear and be on the move. Charlotte headed down the trail a while back. We should not lag behind too far. Charlotte comes to the little clearing. It is the spot Cynthia and Kyle had laid. They made good time in getting out of the area, and they did seem to be in a hurry. Sneaky sniffs all around where they had lain, then she looks up at Charlotte and whines. Charlotte drops her pack and gear. She lays her blanket down in the spot that Kyle and Cynthia had laid theirs. She lays her straw hat on her pack and she stretches out on her back. She is so happy and grateful. The fact that they both are alive and happy overwhelms her. She looks up in the sky as she had seen little Cynthia do, and she closes her eyes and relaxes, realizing that her toiling search is over. Now it is just the legal part left. Charlotte feels no guilt, feeling the way she does toward Kyle. She would never take Kyle from Cynthia, but she could not help feeling the way she does toward Kyle. She feels the same way with Bill. She was happy for little Cynthia and Kyle. They had reason to love each other very much. It is not known to Charlotte, but little Cynthia and Kyle are spying on her. My dear Chad, let me go to the girl. She is the one that was spying on us. Pretty dog, you stay here with my dear Chad. I will be okay. Little Cynthia drops all her gear, including her gun and knife. Little Cynthia quietly makes her way through the forest. She comes to the little clearing and she stands watching the girl. She wonders why the girl is laying in the same place that Kyle and she had laid. Then it comes clear to her she is the phantom girl. She is in search of Kyle and her. The girl is as Cynthia had viewed in her mind. Sneaky looks at Cynthia and Sneaky is wagging her tail. She goes to meet Cynthia and Cynthia drops to her knees and hugs Sneaky around the neck. Sneaky knows Cynthia is the one that Charlotte was in search to find. Cynthia walks quietly to the girl and she smiles down on her. Charlotte smiles back with great comfort, and with no words spoken, Cynthia is soon lying beside Charlotte, hugging her. Cynthia is like Sarah, her own little girl. They hug for a while, then they sit up looking at each other. As you may already know, I am Cynthia Burns, the little girl the big cats ate. Yes, I know, I am Sasha Charlotte Chapman. All my friends call me Charlotte. Did you get Kyle's note then?
Yes, we did.
You are the Phantom girl then.
Well,
Sort of, the teen Phantom sent me in his place.